Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well today. It's Jake here with another collection video. I think this is going to be part 3. We're going to be going, I think, a little bit out of order just because I think it can be more fun to kind of jump around in what I've collected and not just show everything in order from base set through to present and then, I don't know, bounce around into Japanese and some other things. So if you haven't seen my first 2 videos, I showed my base set collection, or part of my base set collection, and part of my fossil collection through the gyms collection. So in this video, I'm going to show you everything that I normally keep in this black box. I tend to keep my more expensive cards in these types of black boxes. I really find that they're really worth the money. They're very sturdy, affordable, and just provide a little bit of like extra protection. And it's very easy to store them in here and look through them in here, particularly if you don't have too much, and they fit really well on shelves. So I'm a big fan of them. And then for my most expensive cards, some of these cards are more expensive than I would put in something like that. I do keep them in safety deposit boxes outside of when I spend a little bit of time with them, looking at them. It's almost unfortunate that some of these cards have been getting so expensive that I feel they need to protect them away from me, because I really bought them to have them in my house always and near me so that I can look at them and enjoy them. It kind of can defeat the purpose a little bit, or part of the purpose of buying these types of items. But luckily for me, most of these items I do keep with me most of the time and do look at pretty regularly. So it's a bit of a random assortment of some English Worlds cards at the top here, some Art Academy we've got over there, a lot of play promo type cards, a few fan club cards, and then a lot of Masaki promos, and then just a few different Japanese promos down here at the bottom that I like and keep there. So I think we're just going to start going through it and take our time a little bit. This World's stamped collection is definitely one of my favorite parts of the hobby. I think it tells the history of, and really does tell the history of the Worlds every year and where it's been played. The art on each of these cards, for the most case, corresponds or connects to where Worlds happened that year. And these were cards that were given out. This first one was given out to all the participants. This 1999 Tropical Wind at this Tropica Mega Battle, which is a very famous old tournament. I don't have the 2004 year, which is quite difficult to get, and I'm still looking for that one. But outside of that, I have most of the years, so we can kind of go through the history. I think I'm still missing maybe 2 or 3. So 2005, and at the bottom here you can see these stamps, and what this means is for this was handed out to all the staff that worked at the tournament. No one knows exactly how many staff cards were awarded to each person. In different years, they say that some, maybe of the more higher up staff, got multiple staff cards. No one knows exactly how many of these types of cards exist, but particularly for tournaments like this, these old tournaments when Pokemon was just a lot less popular, there was a lot less staff, and it's very rare to see these cards, very hard to find them. The ones that have like top 16, top 32, semifinal, quarterfinal, finalist, and then champion stamps were ones that were given out to players, and are the trophy cards that were given out to them to honor their victories and where they placed within the tournaments. So you can see top 16, top 32, and just the amazing art. I love these cards. These are definitely some of my favorite cards in the hobby, and I just think the most historic, coolest cards in the hobby. And I love the stamps, I love the connection, but I also think just getting them with just the World stamp is also a great collectible, if you enjoy these like I do. So we'll head over to the other side and continue taking a look at some of these years. So got the 2007, got a quarterfinalist stamp there, and then we have a finalist stamp here. So you get to see what each of the stamps look like. Obviously the finalist stamp being the the rarest of these. They didn't add champion stamps until later, until I believe 2013. So the finalist stamp on a card like this is the highest stamp that they gave out in those years. You know, just great. Another thing that, if you guys have been looking closely, to mention is that Psyduck is in every one of these cards, and is generally getting. Let's start to look over here, and is generally getting tortured by the other Pokemon, or teased or made fun of. Yeah. So you can see it's like Nashville. This one got Boston. I'm from Boston, so I really like this year. Really hard year to find. To track down even just 3 of these, really difficult. Whereas getting like the 2009, even though the 2019 is such a amazing art because it has in the background the arts of so many of these other, like as you can see, that card is in the background of this card here. And you can see all the arts are there. This is one of the favorite ones, this 2016 with the starters. You can see that in the background. Really cool one. Washington, D.C., so it's like a museum. So I have a bunch of those, as you can see, from that year, and it's just much easier to get that year still. More of them do come up, but I expect that to not always be the case. So the next cards I'm going to show you guys are these PokeCard Creator cards. I only have 2 of the 5, I believe. I love these cards. They just have gotten so expensive. I wish that I had been able to complete them before all the prices went up, but one only has so much money, and a lot of these cards I've graded myself to try and save money to be able to have so many, but I just was unable to find these over the years. Pretty tough. I think that there are, I'm going to say the wrong number, so please look it up, but something like 5,000 of these each were printed, so quite a bit more than than these stamped cards, and probably more than these fan club cards next to them. But maybe not. Maybe those are similar numbers. No one really knows how many of these types of cards were made. We just know that they're very hard to find and have a very high price point and have always been very desired for quite a long time, and yet not that many have been graded. Such great cards. The Eevee is amazing. And the Porygon is so cool. If you can see in the background, it has the like arcade machines from the Team Rocket hideout. And then we come to Misaki promos. As you're about to see, I love Misaki promos, particularly this Alakazam. It's my favorite one. You got the original. Ooh, just dropped a card. Don't want to break any of these. You've got the original Evolutions Pikachu that they did have an original Japanese version. Oh, sorry, yeah, and then the Surfing Pikachu. I thought I put the Surfing Pikachu out too, but I guess I didn't. That's somewhere else. You have the McDonald's, the Sunrise Mew, as they call it. Beautiful card, and the Umbreon, 2 of my favorite of the McDonald's promos. I love so many cards that aren't holo as well. These are some of the most, this particularly the Mew, I think, is one of the most beautiful cards, like non-holo cards in the hobby. Then we have the Art Academy cards. These another one of, I think, the top cards in the hobby. These only 100 were printed, so they're quite rare. But why I love them is not so much the rarity, but is because these were actually designed by Pokemon fans. And you can actually see the winner of the design competition is the illustrator, and they put them on the card. And they were given out, like 100 of each of these were given out to the winner, and extra copies have surfaced. But to me, again, it's about like the history and these like unique distributions, unique competitions, unique things that Pokemon decides to do. You know, very reminiscent to the Pikachu illustrator these cards are. sort of the 2015 versions. So they released them both, the North Americas had a release, and then Japanese cards. There were a number of Art Academy cards. I forget exactly offhand. I apologize, but that were released in Japanese. So I have most of the English and European ones. I just went after the English ones because I just did not have the budget to go after both, as these cards were already very expensive when I was picking them up and very hard to chase down. So I tried to complete most of the English ones. The ones that I don't have, of course, are the hardest ones to get. But I made good progress on those, so I'm proud of myself for sticking to it. Those were a lot of hard work trying to track down and build that. And then I just have like lots of these like near mint Alakazams all day. I love these cards, 6s, 7s. They're all gorgeous. They all look exactly perfect, but they have these what's called like the Misaki bends on the back. Oh, this one actually does have a ding on the corner, but most of these are actually, they look flawless, but they have these subtle bends and on the corners in the back because that's how they were given out. They were given out in these in a way that the plastic or the cardboard or whatever that it was slipped into, that damage sort of occurred. So the ones that are sort of like 9s and 10s are cards that somehow survived that type of damage, either because they were given out directly to people or extra copies, or who really knows. But as you guys can see, I have a lot of the Misakis. And I can speed up the video a little bit just because I know it's pretty long. Although I'm sure if you guys are like me, it's okay to take your time on these types of cards. Just amazing. I love these. I actually bought most of these in one big lot from someone. Already graded most of these. Some I graded myself, but a lot of them I just bought in one big lot, and I was really excited because I was able to get a really good value. You guys know I'm always looking for big lots of cards that I really like. And then all of these play promos, I have a complete play promo set here from the 3 different years. Outside of the Gold Star Dogs, I only have the Jolteon here. So, sorry, excuse me, with the Gold Star Dogs, the Gold Star Evolutions. Yeah, so here is my play promo, Japanese play promo collection. Reggies were never my favorite Pokemon, but they are still pretty cool to start it. These are all the 2003 ones. These are 2 absolutely stunners in my opinion. All of these cards I actually, again, got in one giant lot and graded them all myself, and just most of them came back 10s and 9s. Got 1-8 here. It had a little bit of a dent on the back. Luckily, this beauty came back a 10. Actually, this one I bought separately. I think as you're going to notice, all of the numbers are like 1 apart or a few apart because I sent all them in a lot. But this one, it was actually missing the Mew, and I bought this one separately, already PSA graded 10. Love these old Japanese cards. These Birds cards are great. The Shine. This is probably my favorite one of the 3. Great cards. This is definitely a fan favorite. Mew is always super popular, and then we've got the really cool trainers with I love the way that Japan does these hollow patterns on some of these things. Great. You know, for trainers and energy cards, these are pretty amazing. Trainer and the energy cards. And then we've got, going into 2005 here, such cool again, great art, very unique. My one, the one that I have left that I am still holding on to. We'll just kind of go through all of these. And these might be my favorites, honestly. This has got to be one of my favorite hose in the hobby. I just love the fire design. The stringy fire. Great Lugias in my opinion as well. And then we've got these original CD promos. These have gotten really hot. These were very affordable for such a long time and were so easy to find and readily accessible and just always on the market, and they've just gotten really hot. People have found out about them. They have that, you know, the original art on the box on the Game Boy games. People love them. I actually really like the Snorlax. It's probably my favorite of these. I love Snorlax. This is such a cool card, obviously. You know, the Shining Mew and the way they did the holo across the whole card. Really cool. And we've got the last few cards here. Game Boy. Mewtwo is a cool card. And I think these cards are really interesting. And I love the Electabuzz. You know, these were, I think, still fairly affordable cards, particularly the Electabuzz and the Scyther. Not the most difficult cards to find and pretty easy to grade, but really cool looking, I think. I'm not sure what the prices are on these exactly right now. I know the other ones have gone up quite a bit. I'm sure the Electabuzz has gone up quite a bit too from where it used to be, but I just thought for the coolness of the art, these were always pretty undervalued. But, you know, it goes to that rarity thing. And I think also just people not knowing about these. Celebi in the background. It just goes to show you there are so many, and I'm sure for many of you, there are new cards in this video that you've never seen. There are so many cards like this in the hobby. And hopefully I will just continue to show them off to you. I have a lot more of sort of these like middle generation Japanese cool promos, unique promos. So that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and like the video if you enjoy our channel and enjoy what we're doing here. And let's see, I'll have more interviews for you coming up. I think I'm going to be releasing this video tomorrow, and so I will be on if everything goes to plan, I will be on PokeGal's channel. Another great content creator and YouTuber. I hope you guys will check her out if you don't know about her already. I'll be on her live stream tomorrow where we're just going to hang out and chat and hopefully just have like a relaxed, good time if you guys want to join in on that. And Sunday we'll do the live stream, and I also have another cool interview lined up this week with another PokeTuber who I know you guys will all know, and it'll be great to have him on the channel and get his perspective on everything that's going on in the hobby. So we'll take one more look together, and I will sign off for now, and we'll see you all again soon. All right, take care.